Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Ignatius Manyando here. I'm the manager of annuities at GIPF. I'm responsible for taking care of our pensioners, children of deceased members as well as their spouses. So I'm your go-to guy when it comes to that area. Apart from that, in my spare time, I'm such a foodie. I really love cooking, I love food, and my go-to meal is a wonderful steak. I love me some steak that is paired with a beautiful salad. So that's why I have you guys in my kitchen today, so I can show you how I go about my thing. So yeah guys, the salad we're going to be having today, we're going to be making use of local produce, as I mentioned before, and that's the wonderful thing about working for GIPF. You really get to see the benefit of the investments in which we're involved in. If you look at these beautiful bell peppers that we have here, some lettuce, cucumbers, all these are a product of a company called Green Crisp, and that is one of our investments that we have ventured into. And the most beautiful thing about it is that you can identify these products by the red label, the red sticker on top of them, so you never get confused. So do go out there, do support local, do support Green Crisp, and it's available at all your major local retailers. So we're going to be using this fresh produce to make a wonderful salad, and with that we're going to pair it with a beautiful ram steak that is also Namibian, a very prime cut, and we just seasoned it with just salt and pepper, very basic, and it's going to be amazing, beautiful and juicy. So yeah, and the one other beautiful thing about Green Crisp is that this organization has a majority of women in it, so it's really empowering to our women, and really big ups to them for that. So yeah, go out there and support them. So right now we're going to dive in so I can show you how to make this wonderful salad. So yeah, right here we have a wonderful steak, Namibian prime cut, and really what I've done here is just season it with some salt and some pepper, a very basic seasoning, but it's going to be very wonderful. And my pan, as you can see, my pan is getting smoky. That's really what you want to see. And then we're just going to lay that steak in there. We want to hear a nice sizzle when we do that. So just be careful whenever you're using a hot pan. So you hear that sizzle, beautiful, that's exactly what we're looking for. So right now we're just going to give it a couple of minutes on the one side, because we want our steak medium rare. So that's exactly what you want. While it's going, I'm just going to crush some garlic cloves just to give it some flavor. And then we're just going to throw them whole into the pan, just for that added flavor. So we can have a look at our steak now, and we want it to have a nice golden color, so we're going to leave that for a couple of minutes there. So yeah, like I said before, the wonderful thing about everything I'm doing here today is that I have an opportunity to use local produce. So that is something that I love so much. We can give it a turn now to the other side, and that looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That looks absolutely beautiful. So right now we're going to turn it onto the fat, because we do want to render the fat. You don't want a chunk of fat that is not cooked. You want it to be crunchy. So we're just going to hold our steak just like so that it can just cook and render that fat. And as you can see, that crusty look, that is really full of flavor right there. Some salt and pepper. This is really, it's going to be an amazing steak. So that is just about right. I'm just going to turn it back onto the other side just for a minute. You can just add some butter into the pan just for some added flavor, and then you just basically take those juices and you baste your steak. So it's going to suck up all the nice buttery flavor. That beautiful crispy brown color on the top, and you just continue basting your steak. Awesome. So now we're gonna take our steak out of there, and then we're just gonna rest our steak before we cut into it. So the one thing about steak is that you always want to rest it before you cut into it. If you cut into it a little earlier, then all those juices are just gonna run out. So you need to give it time to sit and then get all those juices back into that muscle, and it's going to be a very tender cut of meat. So yeah guys, we're done with our steak and it's resting. So while our steak is resting, we're gonna get on with the salad. It's a very easy salad, very easy ingredients that you can find anywhere, local ingredients. We have some lettuce, we have some red shallots. If you can't find these, you can get the red onions. And over here we have some feta cheese with herbs. You can also use plain feta cheese. It's all up to what you like. We have some beautiful olives here, some cherry tomatoes, some bell peppers and cucumber. And all this stuff has been sourced locally. So to get started, we're gonna start off with our lettuce. So you just wanna roughly chop it into some chunks, so like so. So just some rough chops. Okay, and this we're gonna put into our bowl. Okay, up next we're gonna do the bell peppers. So these we're just gonna thinly slice, and we want to get the seeds out. So how I do it is you lay it down and then you just finely slice that, and just tuck your fingers in so that you do not cut your fingers. So just very thin slices. This we can add to our salad. Okay, and on to the next one. And now we want to do the red bell pepper. Thinly slice that. The red bell pepper is quite sweet, so it adds a very nice element to the salad. So you can see it's starting to take shape and it looks pretty already before we're even done. So up next we're going to do the cucumber, and we want this in thin slices. The English cucumber, it has a very thinner skin, so you do not have to peel this, but you can peel it if you do not prefer the skin. So you just want to do some very thin slices on there. You don't want them too thick, and just take your time to find that rhythm and get the slices that you want. It's starting to take shape right now, so that's looking awesome. And we're going to mix this up all together. Up next we want to add the shallots in. If you don't have the shallots, you can use some red onions. So the last thing we're going to be adding to it are the cherry tomatoes, and these we're going to halve just like that before we add them to the salad. They're already small. If you're using larger tomatoes, you may want to cut them up into more bite-sized pieces. Okay, so there we go, and we can add this to our bowl. Awesome. So we're gonna transfer this to a larger bowl so that it's easier for us to mix. And we put it all in there. Then to this we're gonna add our lovely feta cheese. and we're gonna add some whole olives to it. Don't want the olive water in there. So awesome. Is to mix it up. Just make sure everything is nicely mixed up. And to these you can add a vinaigrette of your choice. You can add a salad dressing just to give it that kick. I love to add a bit of black pepper to mine just to give it that slight kick. So you can just crush in some black pepper in there, and that's going to be amazing. We have our beautiful steak here, and we're just gonna cut through that. As you can see, it's really beautiful. It's beautifully cooked. Then we're just gonna thinly slice that, and I can hear that crack from the fat, and that's really wonderful. So now we're gonna add some salad to our plate. I always wait to add the dressing to my salad after plating, because when you add it in the whole bowl, it has potential to wilt, so you just want to do it at the very end. I'm just gonna put our steak right there. So there you have it, guys. A very wonderful, easy to make meal. Beautiful salad made with all Namibian ingredients. Very wonderful. And we have a beautiful steak that has been cooked medium to rare, and you can see that nice pink in there, and it's still quite juicy. So yeah, get cracking, get started, get into your kitchen, and do support local. Go out there and get these ingredients, and let's enjoy what Namibia has to offer. So yeah, beautiful dish.